Hello, happy hump day, and thank you for turning into not just an all new episode, but an all new season of Stop Faking It podcast with me, your host, Emily Bracey. No longer Hoegivesnofucks on Instagram, officially Emily E. Bracey Comedy. Literally have been thinking about it for years to change my handle, and Instagram's just been getting a little sensitive. And nobody was seeing my posts, so it was just kind of said to me it would help, and it's something I've been debating for a while. But yeah, so Emily E. Bracey Comedy here. Follow me if you're not already. I also have with me today my husband, Roger, because he is legally bound to my side at all times. Don't you agree?
Oh, certainly.
Is that what you signed up for?
That's, I guess.
I know.
I don't think I read the contract first.
Especially when you started working from home, and I do too. It's just constant.
We're just constantly together. We are one.
But yeah, happy January 1st, Roger, even though this episode is not coming out on January 1st very closely, but we are recording on New Year's Day. How are you doing? How is your New Year starting? I mean, it's not too late and you already cracked an IPA.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm not too hungover. Or I'm just the right.
Just the right amount. You made the good switch, though, recently where, like, every other time you go out, it's, like, either an IPA night and then the next time is, like, a high noon night.
Yeah.
So I think that cycle you have has really been helping your hangovers.
It does, yeah. I've seen significant changes.
Significant changes.
Definitely recommend.
If you have any questions about hangovers, just ask Roger what to do, and the answer will probably be sleep and eat pizza.
Yeah, that usually works.
That's literally it. But anyway, yeah, first episode of season 2. It's so funny because I've like already recorded quite a few episodes of season 2, so I feel like it's already been out, but it hasn't. So here we are.
Woo-hoo.
So exciting. Yeah, so for this episode, I thought, even though, everyone's like, New Year, let's move forward. Nope, absolutely not. We are going to talk about the past. We are going to talk about 2023 because some fucking fucked up shit happened and some funny stuff happened and some weird stuff happened. And I like forgot about all of it until I started doing research for this episode. And then I was like, oh my God, I have to do this with Roger because I'm like a headline girl. I like to read headlines and just make up my own stories, just like living in my world of delusions. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but sometimes it makes for better stories.
It makes for more entertaining stories.
Definitely,
I'll give you that.
Definitely. In the right career. Okay. So Roger's more of an article reader. And yeah, so I was like, this will be great. And you have a better memory than me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, my short-term shot.
Yeah, you just fill in the gaps however you see fit.
That's literally it. I'm like, what will make for a better meme? Okay, are you ready to get into these stories?
Let's do it.
But, so the first one, technically, I'm not going to get into because I read the article. All I did was type in, like, crazy headlines from 2023, right? Mm-hmm. And, like, one of the first ones that popped up on Bing, because I'm a Binger.
Yeah, you're one of those.
I know. Honestly, I'm just too lazy to change my default browser. That's all it is. But anyway, so I typed in that, and then this headline said, babies with guns and lots of studs. Some of the craziest stories from Ohio, 2023. I was afraid to click that.
Yeah, for real.
What? Like, excuse me?
Like, break it, like, do the babies have guns?
I don't, and like, are they like pew pew guns or is it like welcome to the smoke show? Because either way, It's weird as fuck.
I mean, then like the studs, like, are they saying babies
like
are
hot
studs?
babies or like studs on the walls?
Right. Or
what was your interpretation of studs?
Well, like, I don't know, like jewelry.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of... Oh, that's weird. See, it's all weird. But yeah, so, I don't know. Everyone talks about Florida Man. But honestly, like, I feel like Ohio Man, but I don't even think, like, it's a person ever in Ohio. It's always just, like, a communal thing.
Just Ohio.
Ohio people, yeah. I know. But Roger here, the guy who reads the articles, he explained to me recently why Florida Man is, like, a thing. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with the weather and like the constant sunshine making us all manic. But what's like, there was that law thing you were talking about.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's like a wide variety of people in here. We're very mixed culturally because lots of people come to Florida.
Oh, yeah. But wait. Don't move here if you're listening. We're full. Okay, continue.
But there is this sunshine, I don't know, law or clause or something. But it basically makes it so that our criminal records are open, so anytime anybody gets arrested, all a
This is
reporter
that.
has to do is just call and say,
Yeah.
hey, follow up on this, and they give it to you. So it's super easy to report on.
I mean, I feel like anything should be like that because, like, if you do something, like, we should all know about it.
Yeah, but then if you didn't do something, everybody still knows about it.
That is true. But okay, let's like actually get into this. So this one I thought was very fitting. I'm wearing my Buffalo shirt right now. That Buffalo Bills game last year in 2023 with the Bengals and Damar Hamlin.
Oh, that was last year.
Right? Isn't that crazy? I feel like, well, also seeing him playing a couple weeks ago for like a minute, like, it really put into perspective for me, like, holy shit, like, Damar Hamlin went down a year ago. So for those of you who are for some reason not a part of the Bills Mafia or live in the United States and like have social media,
Yeah.
Damar Hamlin is on the Buffalo Bills, and last year during the Cincinnati Bengals game in Cincinnati, I'm not a doctor, no one think I am, so I don't know like literally what the fuck happened, but something happened enough with his heart or whatever where I think they said he actually died on the field.
Yeah.
Like they were performing CPR, they got the AED. And one of the like wildest things about the whole thing was wild. But like he's like I just said, he is like doing well now. He was just playing a couple weeks ago, nothing strenuous. I mean, more strenuous than I live.
Yeah,
he's a fucking
definitely.
NFL player.
He gets off the chair.
Yeah, the bench.
The bench, yeah.
But no, it was okay. So anyway, my dad and my brother, my cousins were at that game. And Roger and I were watching from our house, and my mom was watching from, I think she was in Cincinnati, but didn't go to the game. But anyway, but we were watching on different networks. So we were all getting different information and like in a group chat. And it was just so weird because like, at least in my like lifetime of football, not that I'm a player. I know a lot of you are thinking that's what I meant, that I am a quarterback. But, like, I have never heard of things happening like that. Like, I've seen terrible things with hockey and, like, skates slitting people. But to actually be watching a game, and it was, like, pretty early in the game. Like, early enough where, like, my dad and brother got a refund for their
it was
tickets.
real early in the game.
Terrifying, though. But, okay, the reason I wanted to bring this up, not only because the Bills are doing fantastic and we love them, but you really saw this, like, sense of community across the country. Damar Hamlin has like this fund for to get like children's gifts and stuff like that and help like the lesser community in Buffalo and around him. And I think he's actually from Ohio. Don't quote me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I think that when he got to the hospital, a lot of his family members were able to get there. I don't know. He's from somewhere.
Definitely from somewhere.
This is when I make up the stories.
Yeah.
But no. So anyway, he raised millions of dollars while he was in a coma. And like there were people from obviously like other professional athletes to celebrities, all these people donating, and it was just like this unitedness of our country that we don't feel a lot.
Mm-mm.
Do you remember that though?
Yeah, I do.
It
that
was like
really, yeah.
we were constantly on our phones just like, this guy has to be okay.
Checking in on him.
Like,
and like
he, not even just as this has to be okay so the Bills can like keep playing.
Right.
Because that's their best friend. Like, that's their buddy.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, Stephon Diggs, after that game, he hopped in an Uber and was like, take me to the hospital. Angel. Absolute angel. I have chills. Oh my God. Roger and I and my parents are going to the Dolphins game this week. Well, the Bills and Dolphins game. I'm never going out of my way to see a Dolphins game. But this one, going to be real exciting. But yeah, so starting with Damar Hamlin. Wild. Next topic. Here we go. One word, Ocean Gate. Ooh. Yeah, these aren't in order, by the way. I don't know how to read a calendar.
First, my favorite thing about Ocean Gate is it is like the name of the company is already set up to be a conspiracy theory.
A conspiracy theory / scam. Thank you. Okay. Honest to God. So that plays off of what I have written down in my notes. If you go to the website up, the Ocean Gate whatever expedition website, like you could have just gotten rid of it. Like got rid of that website, make it like a 404 nothing found. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that
sure.
nerd talk. Okay.
Yeah, super nerd talk.
Super nerd talk. if you go to the OceanGate website now, it redirects you to a page. It's a black page in white font with an OceanGate logo that literally looks just like the SeaWorld logo. So, like, another lawsuit, how much money you're trying to waste there, OceanGate. And all it says is OceanGate. OceanGate Expeditions has suspended all exploration and commercial operations. Like, bitch, I hope so.
Yeah, they have no sub and no CEO, so...
Also, I mean, there are crazy-ass people out there, but do you think anyone's actually going on that website to be like, oh, I want to do this?
I doubt it.
Yeah, so, like, why? Thank you for the obvious explanation why you don't have a website. Hi, we killed people. Like, also, side note, super sad that those people had to die.
Oh, definitely.
Totally unnecessary. I think, like, one was, like, a teenager or something, or early 20s.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrific. Makes it even crazier, but just, like... the whole thing of, like, what it looked like something you'd see in SpongeBob.
What?
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Like some, like, weird SpongeBob wreckage or something. Like, it looked fake. And then, I don't know how many of you, like, looked at the videos on OceanGate's website before they took them down, but they were explaining how the thing worked. And this man... held up, and was it an Xbox controller?
Something.
It was either an Xbox or like PlayStation controller. It was a console controller. And he held it up and was like, this is how we control this to go see the Titanic.
I mean, they did have a spare.
They had a spare. You know what? You have a spare for when you play Call of Duty, too.
Yeah, right.
It's
you
like,
gotta be
I get
prepared.
it.
Yeah.
But, like, suspect? And how much wasn't it? Wasn't it, like, $400,000 per person or something?
I don't think it was quite that much, but yeah, I mean, it was up there.
It was
really
definitely
way up there.
Because they were all, like, billionaires.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It was definitely a billionaire, like, adventure, sightseeing type of deal.
Like,
wasn't
what,
for the average.
What was, like, the craziest part for you? Because mine was definitely, I feel like, the controller.
Like, as far as, like, the whole operation of the thing.
Yeah, I mean, you were right, though, with the fact that just the name of it is absolutely bizarre. When I heard people saying OceanGate, I was like, oh, this is fun. Like, they already named it something like Watergate or Pizzagate.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, that's the name. And I said, why?
Yeah.
It's like when things happen like that, you just think, like, is there one person in the room who's like, maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't do this.
Yeah. No, it just all seems weird. I mean, obviously, private corporations do things that, like, the government and the military don't, but like nobody goes that deep in the ocean.
We don't do
that. It's not safe.
The Titanic wasn't even supposed to.
Yeah. And it's not like this company is like super well known. I mean, this is the first time most of us have heard about it. So how much like research and funding have they actually had?
Oh, 100%. That was...
And like just that, like there's been problems before. It got stuck before.
Oh, yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
Wild.
And yeah, no, it was just OceanGate 2023. That was something that, like, the memes were so bad and so good.
It's hard. I mean, just got to make light of some situations, sometimes. I guess. But...
And that's, like, the thing. You know, there are obviously those boundaries with, like, you need to respect people, but also, like, I'm someone who always has coped with humor. Like, I don't think people understand how warped my humor is because... I won't put it out on Instagram.
Yeah. Best humor.
The best. But yeah, so OceanGate happened in 2023. How did we survive that?
I don't know.
Now, from the ocean to the sky. The Chinese spy balloon.
Oh man, wasn't that a wild ride?
That was literally for something. So, from January 28th last year to February 4th, a high-altitude balloon was, it originated from China, and it flew across the North American, like, airspace, including Alaska, Western Canada, and then kept going on to the United States. Finally, on February 4th, the U.S. Air Force shot down the balloon over U.S. territory waters off the coast of South Carolina. Yeah. That was weird. What was your first thought?
I'm just struggling to understand. I have lots of questions.
I have so many questions.
What was its purpose?
People were saying weather balloon at first, remember?
Yeah, people did say weather balloon at first. But, like, and they said, like, it accidentally drifted into the United States. But, like, did they not think Canada was going to do anything?
Yeah.
Like...
Well, they're so sweet.
Yeah, but still.
They're going to throw hockey sticks at it.
Yeah. Maple leaves.
Maple leaf syrup. But I think the first thing like I heard about it was like, my thought was, well, what are they doing that we can't see?
Right.
But I'm also like a Looney Tune of conspiracy theories. Like, not necessarily believe them all, but I just like to read into them.
I also think it's weird, like, I mean, I guess we transmit data from, like, outer space.
All the time.
Right? Like, that's how GPS works.
Yeah,
so, like
right
why
now.
are we assuming that whatever it was transmitting didn't transmit instantly?
Like, 100%.
I feel like that should have been explained more, because it definitely was glossed over. They're like, oh, no, the data went down with the balloon. But did it?
Yeah. No, absolutely not. Like, even when, like, a bus crashes, there's still, like, a hard drive of the video that was taken.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they recovered it.
Yeah, no, they did.
Still, though.
I know. Like, what...
Suspect.
What was the giant thing in the sky distracting us from?
That's what the real question is.
That was the real question. But then, what else happened in February last year?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. So this isn't going the order I thought it was going to, but this is something I don't think you've heard of yet.
Okay.
You've heard of it, but I don't think you understand. Did you know that Fireball Whiskey, like this time last year, was getting sued, like really bad?
I did not know that.
Yeah. So last year, 2023. Someone found out that their like mini like shooter bottles and stuff, not the ones in the glass, don't contain any whiskey at all.
What do they have?
It's just like a malt liqueur, but it's not considered whiskey. So, but isn't that bizarre that you never heard about it? And that's why, like, I wanted to bring it up because I feel like, I don't know.
Wild.
I'm someone who's constantly like shadow banned on the internet, so I find it wild when like huge companies like this like keep stuff hidden.
Able to be hidden.
Yes, yeah. It's bizarre. So I mean,
so there's no whiskey in the Fireball shooters.
Yeah. So okay, this is
wasn't.
No. Yeah. So it said upon closer inspection, upon closer inspection, the customers realized that the description of the product was malt beverage with natural whiskey and other flavors and caramel color, insinuating that the whiskey is an ingredient used in the drink just for the whiskey flavor, but it actually went for a class action lawsuit.
I like when people get together behind real causes.
Have you heard about the Reese's Egg Lady? Oh my God, this is like the end of, I don't even have this written down. I heard it on the radio a few days ago.
Okay.
This lady is suing. This is like post-Halloween. She got a bunch of the Reese chocolate pumpkins. Delicious.
Oh, I did
overhear
something.
She is suing Reese's for something ridiculous, like
$5 million.
$4 or $5 million, because they don't actually look like the pumpkins on the picture.
I mean, ridiculous, but also maybe be responsible.
Like, why am I kind of rooting for her?
Yeah.
A little bit. She sounds absolutely insane,
Definitely.
But I sound absolutely insane. And I want people to root for me. But isn't that wild?
That is wild.
I also read recently, too, that there's, like, some law in the United States where you can, it basically, like, in, like, layman's terms, I don't even know what that means, but you can sue someone for, like, wasting your time.
Oh, well, then for 100%, that's what she did.
But, like, I got a lot of people I could sue.
Yeah, right. Well, they have to have money, too.
Yeah. But I was like, that is insane.
Sue your parents.
We love Beth and Dan.
Okay, sorry.
Roger.
Yes.
Want to talk about UFOs?
Let's talk about UFOs.
I want you to talk about UFOs.
Oh, my goodness, the UFOs. Like, the David Grush whistleblower, that was in, let me look real quick.
Was that February?
That was in July.
Oh,
I already forgot. I feel like we forgot about it.
They brainwashed us.
They did. They got it.
Yeah.
Right?
Balloon.
I mean, he was out there, like, claiming some pretty, like, I mean, I don't know. It's crazy, but it's also, I feel like they've been, like edging us on aliens for like since 2020.
So one of my friends lives in Tennessee, and she was driving on the highway and she saw like it looked like a police or like sheriff's car or something, but it said something with like the not really like the presidential logo, but like some United States government logo, and it
Okay.
said like UFO like team or something.
Well, so that's what
Extraterrestrial.
I looked, because so David Grush was part of the UAP task force
That's
for
what it was.
4 years.
Yeah.
And so his information, he said he never saw anything personally, but it was his job to interview people.
Yeah.
And so his recordings are from, there was like 40 some, I guess. I mean, they don't tell us who they are.
Do you know what these date back to?
I don't know. There was
It's not like
claims
they all were
that,
recorded last year, you know?
There was claims the government has been doing reverse engineering for decades.
Yeah.
With spacecraft they found. And then, of course, the huge thing, which I have so many questions about, the recovered non-human biologic pilots.
I like
that's
how
such an
they say it
open-ended
like,
term.
you know what, too? The fact that they say it like that, like a nice open term, and then they like talk shit about their citizens.
Right. But then you're like I don't know, you're
so
like, was
weird.
it like cats and dogs? Was it like viruses? But then they're implying it was pilots, so
some kind of thing with a brain.
Maybe.
Because, like, Oscar, technically, our dog has a brain, but, like, if I was going to fly on a plane, like, I would prefer he wasn't my pilot.
Right.
He is a good boy.
I did ask him if he was an alien earlier. And
Oscar?
yeah, he denied.
I have this this fear in life. You know about it. I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast yet. But I just, like, I have this feeling one day Oscar's going to look at me, my dog, in the eye. He's going to look at me in the eyes, and he's just going to, like, speak in English and say, "No one is ever going to believe you." I just have a feeling it's going to happen.
And then that's it?
Yeah.
That's
because
the
no
one
one
thing
will
he
believe me.
chooses to
That's
say.
the only thing he's ever going to say. And, like, no one's going to believe me. Like, he's not going to let me catch it on video. He's just going to look at me and say that. And I'm going to be like, you son of a bitch.
I don't even think I'd believe you.
I know. Maybe it already happened.
Yeah, it probably. Is this how you're trying to get it out?
Yeah.
So self-disclosure?
I want someone else to come to me and say, I'm like, this happened to me too. My cat said the same thing.
Yeah, you start a support group.
No, I feel like if a cat could talk, it still wouldn't talk. It'd be like, fuck you.
Definitely not.
Give me some tuna.
It might say fuck you. I don't know.
I know, like the thing where people are like, oh, if dogs and cats could text us, and it was like your dog would never stop texting you and your cat would never answer your text.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It'd just be like, it'd always be red.
They put the scene on purpose.
Yeah.
Scene ignored. But transition from UFOs to, remember when they found that thing that looked like a chiseled sandcastle rock in Mexico?
the aliens?
Yes, the alien.
The quote-unquote aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's really weird because I looked into that and, like, this person, Jamie Masson, something, I don't know, had these and he brought them forth. I guess he made, I don't know, a lot of stuff said he made
in high school.
Well, a lot of stuff said he made false claims before. What he had turned out to be a mummified child, and it wasn't an alien.
Oh my god!
So that's what people are thinking about this, and like, he's apparently had people like X-ray and CT it, and they said that they're thousands of years old and non-human. But as far as research, nobody like quote unquote reputable will actually like give it the time of day to like see if it's real or not, which is weird to me because I'm like, if this is making such headlines, wouldn't it, and it's so easy to debunk, wouldn't you just do it?
Yeah, 100%.
Right? And then also
he was
a lot
a funny
of places
looking
call
fella.
him like a self-described ufologist, but like that's all like there's no job
Mozart
as a
was
UFO.
a self-described musician.
There's no like other person described ufologist. Like that's just how it works. Like you can only be self-described.
Okay.
Because it's not a real field.
Well, now I have new goals, and I want to make up a job that's just for me.
Right.
So that's going to be my 2024 resolution.
Starting out your own conspiracy.
No, not even like a conspiracy. Like, I don't know, like a butterfly groomer.
Okay.
Not that kind of groomer. No, like I'm gonna like paint their toenails, you know?
Yeah.
What else about said alien?
I mean, that was a lot of it. Just people going back and forth. Like, the one guy claims he's had the aliens looked at, and they're aliens, and everybody else is like, they're fake, and we didn't look at them.
Who is the person looking at the aliens?
Another
like
person
someone
that he's friends with, I guess. I don't know.
That's like
it was all incredibly vague and weird.
So back to kind of like the UFO thing, but I was cracking up because it's like the government basically like came out and was like, yeah, aliens, they're in UFOs, they're real. We're telling you guys now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it reminded me of like, because we were like, well, yeah, like nobody was phased.
Yeah.
No
like,
one.
yeah,
Everyone was just like, hi, I can't afford groceries. Like, I'm about to get evicted from my house. I do not care. And it reminded me like when I was younger and I was in like a relationship with like an asshole. And like all my friends were like, he's a fucking asshole. And I was just like, oh no, he's great, blah, 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 ignoring them. And then like 3 years later, I was like, oh my God, he's like a cheating asshole. And everyone was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how I felt when they were like, there's aliens. And it's like, I mean, me personally, I hope there's aliens because I hope there's like more civilized beings out there.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know what I considered civilized.
Yeah.
Because
I might be it, baby.
I might be civilized.
We might be the most.
Oh no.
I know, that's a scary thought, right?
You don't want me. No. I mean, you have no choice.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, or is it? Maybe it's just super, like, advanced government research that we just don't know about.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it? The stealth plane or the stealth bomber or something?
That's what we used to call Morgan's car, the stealth bomber.
Well, the real one was like super undisclosed. It like went hidden for like 10, 20 years or something like that, and somebody saw it and they thought it was a UFO, and it was really just an airplane that we didn't talk about.
I just remembered something.
Yeah.
Do you remember that podcast we were listening to about that guy who claimed to see aliens all the time?
Oh, yeah.
And he would, like, fuck them.
Yeah. What was his name?
I don't know. I'm glad I don't know. But he would, like, draw pictures. Like, sexual pictures.
Story. Yeah.
I'll do, like, a slide of this, like, on Instagram, like, for the episode.
Yeah.
And I'll, like, add that in there. Because if anyone wants to hear this story.
I think he has, like, books, too.
He does. No, he's done so much research. But he, like, would draw out, like, him fucking this alien.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why did you just never take a picture? Could you imagine the money on OnlyFans he could get?
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's a job.
2024 goals.
I know. I'm starting a business. Let me know if anyone's up for it. One more thing I wanted to talk about. Well, it's kind of like two things. That's something that's it's been around for a while, but it's not really a headline anymore, but it is, I guess.
Okay.
AI.
We've
been talking about AI a lot. This whole country and world has been talking about AI a lot. I feel like it started like a couple years ago when the like generator things you could type in like, oh, Bart Simpson like riding a cow. And it would like do the picture, and it was so fun. Bad. It was so just like pixelated, didn't make sense, but they've gotten like better and better and scarier. Now, me, a scholar, I got C+, guys, don't let it fool you. But, like, obviously the technology has been there.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
But just not to, like, the general public. But it's insane. Like, today I was looking at pictures of the Pope fake partying with people in the Vatican.
Oh.
Like, and it's just, I mean, obviously everyone knew it was AI. Like, everyone, like, it was like, these are generated. But it was like
those deep fake videos.
Yeah, that's the deep fakes, but they're so funny and so realistic. It's scary.
Yeah, it is.
Like, or in some, like, that one girl who, her mom got a call that she was kidnapped, but she was actually just in the other room because it was able to take her voice. And I'm like, damn, my voice is all over the internet and annoying as hell. Like, I mean, I don't ask people for money so they know it's not me, but like...
Well, they've been doing that for a while with the Google, whatever. There was some Google Assistant, and like it would be like your scheduler. So if you're like, hey, make a reservation for me at this restaurant at this time, it would call the restaurant and try and make a reservation. Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Or I don't know. I think it was your voice. I don't think it mattered because it's not like the hostess would know.
Not a human. Yeah. That's so. But yeah, AI is so bizarre. Like, I don't know. What are your thoughts about it? What do you think you're gonna see with AI in 2024. And like also I also had written down next to this about your girlfriend ChatGPT.
Oh, I love ChatGPT.
I know you do. Roger will be on his phone. I'm like, are you talking to your girlfriend? And he's like, yeah. And he has all these screenshots from ChatGPT.
I think it's I think it's helpful. I think
Yeah.
I think that it helps me be more productive.
Yeah.
I can like I don't have to like do some of the like simpler stuff. I can use it, and like its responses are great, but even when it gives me great responses, it's still more something to build upon. It's not like applicable like necessarily right away.
Like you're still doing the work.
Yeah, like you're still doing the work, but it makes my job easier.
Yeah.
And I think learning how to use it can be helpful. I'm not super worried about AI taking over.
No.
I don't think it's there. And I mean, I also think that probably, I don't know, robots are probably the only way that human is going to be available in like a million years from now.
Yeah.
I don't think the actual human race is going to continue to live forever. So, if we want anybody to find remnants of the humans, we probably should make some AI robots and send them somewhere.
Or we can bury stuff in our backyard. Like
a time capsule.
Time capsule.
Perfect.
We should do that.
I was going to start burying our stuff in the backyard.
Just all of it in general?
Well, stuff we're not using.
So they find it and they're like, what is this vibrator? Why is it?
It's not even charged.
Why is it in the shape of an eggplant? Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, I at first was like, I don't know. I'm always scared of new things. I was very scared about 3D printers at first. I was like, how is it making something from nothing? But like now and that was like way back in school.
Oh, okay,
Where I saw like the big ones at like fashion school. But like now we have like a small 3D printer in our house, and it doesn't scare me anymore. I think that's more of a personal issue I need to work through in therapy.
Yeah, it might be.
But yeah, with AI, I was like, at first, I don't know. I'm always, and not to like toot my own horn here, but like I've always been such a hard worker, and like, I own these, like you help me, but like I own these businesses by myself and stuff. And it's just like, oh, it's people like cutting around the work and stuff. And it's like, no, we have no time. And we don't have the money to hire other people. So, like, do what you need to do.
Yeah. I think for, like, the quote-unquote unskilled labor jobs, that's what I think a lot of people are worried about AI taking over.
Yeah, especially with writers and stuff.
Yeah. But I feel like it's also unfair to call any job unskilled labor. Like,
100%. And I think because that's totally perspective.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have a certain mental state, or I mean you can get good at anything. It doesn't matter what it is. So
well, I can't. I've tried a lot of things.
You can't get good at anything.
Yeah, driving.
No, you're not allowed. And take your keys away.
I know, I lose them all the time. But I don't know, what are you most looking forward to in 2024?
In 2024,
I didn't prep him with this question.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he never thinks of anything.
Well, you have to plan the future. Like,
yeah, plan the future.
That doesn't even, I don't know. I just like, I'm looking forward to just kind of like, I don't know, bigger and better. I don't
Getting
know.
a house?
Getting a house, yeah. Definitely. I just kind of like,
that's definitely on
securing.
Top of our list.
I feel like every year I get more and more stable and more.
Like mentally?
Yeah, well, yeah, probably, but.
What about me? Do I get more mentally stable every year?
It's just less and less apparent, so maybe I'm,
yeah.
More and more delusional. Whatever we're doing is working.
Maybe you're like more used to my insanity.
Right. Could be.
Yeah. Well, cheers to 2024. What was your favorite story from 2023, do you think?
I think the baby one still.
The first that I didn't click. Are we going to have to find it later and click it and see what happens?
I think we should just live in the mystery.
I know.
It's more fun that way.
I'll spread false rumors about
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Baby guns and studs. I'll ask ChatGPT.
There we go.
Now
we're on one. Don't talk to her.
Don't talk to her. She doesn't know about me. All right. Well, that about wraps up the first episode of season 2 of Stop Faking It. Thank you guys so much for listening. I have some super awesome guests planned this season. Already have a few pre-recorded. Can't wait for you to listen and hear about it. Thanks for listening. Bye.